You know the shift happened, so you start talking about it, referencing it in your conversations, finding ways to let them know. That's the moment the performance starts. The new identity doesn't need an audience, it simply moves differently. If you're announcing the shift, you haven't fully inhabited it yet. Welcome to Daily Power Boost. I'm Sean Michael. This isn't a podcast about pushing harder or fixing yourself. It's a space to see clearly how your experience is actually being created. Each episode offers a simple shift in understanding, not a tactic, not a hustle, a clearer view of thought, identity, and the patterns you've been living inside. Because when misunderstanding drops, relief rises, energy returns. You move forward with calm, sovereign clarity. This is your daily power boost. You're not performing the old identity anymore. You're performing the new one. Think about the last time you referenced your growth in a room where it didn't need to be referenced. The last time you told someone how much you've changed. Or the last time you made sure that people knew you were different. It felt like honesty, like modeling the work. Nope. It's rehearsal. And the audience wasn't them. It was the part of you that still isn't sure the shift is real. Today, we look at the part they don't tell you about. It looks like confidence and sounds like integrity, but it's just you wearing a mask. And the mask is made of your own language. There's a specific move leaders make after a real identity shift. They start narrating it. They become the person who references their growth and says things like, "The old me would have handled that differently." They work their transformation into conversations, like someone working a sore tooth with their tongue. It's constant and compulsive. They're not doing it for ego. That's why it's hard to catch. They're doing it to convince themselves that what happened was real. I know this move because I've made it. There was a period after a shift in my own identity, I stopped needing others to validate the work. Then I started referencing the shift constantly. My conversations with peers, in the way I framed things. I told myself it was authenticity. I was just modeling the work. What it really was? Insecurity, plain and simple. The identity that needed to prove its worth didn't go away. It just adapted and found a new costume. Instead of "watch how capable I am," the new performance became "look how much I've grown." The output was different. The engine? Exactly the same. When you actually inhabit your new identity, the need stops. You stop needing the story to go ahead of you. You're in a room with someone who knew you before, someone who knew the version driven by proving something. They make a reference to how you used to be, expecting you to defend that old version or explain the new one. And you do neither. You just nod. Maybe you say, "yeah," and you move on. The gap between who you were and who you are now is irrelevant. It doesn't need to be managed in that conversation. It simply is. You stop dropping context. You stop opening with the disclaimers about your work. That work shows up in how you sit with silence, in the question you ask instead of the answer you used to give. The new identity isn't louder. It's quieter. And that quiet, that's the proof you were looking for. One question to carry today. Where are you narrating your growth instead of living it? Sit with that. It's not about judging yourself. You want to locate the specific conversation and the specific room, because once you can see it, you can choose differently. If today's episode caught something, that's the work. The no-cost identity clarity call is where we can trace it back, take what was surfaced and trace it to the identity that's running it. You'll find a link in the show notes. Next episode, we go to the relationships, because people built a relationship with the old you. Some are still waiting for that person to come back. It's a real tension, and it's worth naming. Your new identity doesn't need a press release. It just needs you to keep living from it. With strength and heart, I'm Sean Michael. Stay close. Thanks for tuning in to Daily Power Boost. Ignite your potential. Remember, transformation starts with action. So take today's insight, make it your own, and awaken your inner potential. Because remember, greatness begins within. Catch you tomorrow for your next Power Boost.